Hello, hello. So today we are going to be talking about how to build your database, how to feed it, where to go to feed it, how to communicate with it systematically, and ultimately what happens when you communicate with it systematically. Um, I know I've talked to a bunch of you one on one, kind of done some coaching as far as why you want to work your sphere, especially if you are not brand new in an area. If you are brand new in an area, it's a little bit different. But if you have, if you've been in a certain area for a while, you've built some type of relationship with people, you've got a sphere, you want to work that sphere. So we're going to be diving in to what's called a 36 touch, and what's also called an 8x8. And you can find these two systems in the MREA, so Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. I'm gonna see how I can, there we go. You want to get this off of Amazon, wherever you can get it from. But if you do have it and you turn to page 145, it talks about how to systemly market to your database. So the reason why we want to market to your database, now your database is filled with, at a certain point, it will get filled with people that you have met and people that you have not met, and people that you know for a long time and maybe have just met them not too long ago, and how to systematically communicate with them over a period of time to get yourself results. Now, the results come in forms of referrals. So these people that are in your database are ultimately going to give you referrals. So if you want to build a referral business, which a lot of us do, and this is one of the main ways to do it, it is through communicating systematically. So referrals, they will also in turn, have you sell or buy their home. Sometimes I know that I always see it on Facebook where agents will, they'll get really down on themselves because a friend has not went to them to sell a property or help them buy a property. When you have so much business, you don't even worry about it. It's kind of like, okay, they didn't help me, that's fine. And sometimes they won't ask you to help them directly because there are so many factors in their life. Sister could be licensed, they don't want to share finances with a friend, whatever the case is, but they will turn around and give you business. So they will refer you. So don't be afraid to still communicate with those people, even after they haven't done business with you directly. Don't be afraid to still communicate with them because you never know. They might turn around and say, hey, so and so, I know one of my coworkers needs to buy or sell a home. So if we go to page 145, if you have the book, if you don't have the book, it's okay. If you want to refer back to this, video in the future, you can. But on page 145, it does talk about how to systematically market to your database. So first, we're going to start off with what an 8x8 is. So if if you're married and you first started, you first met your spouse, and when you first got together, or when you first met this person, did they ask you to get married right away? No. So in these terms, they didn't ask you to buy a house or sell a house right away when you first met them. So let's say you meet somebody at a coffee shop. You're not going to ask them to get married right away. You're going to ask them out on a date to see if you like this person, to see if they like you, to see how how the energies are. And then after that date, as long as you both are open to it, you go on another date. And then you start seeing this person, and then you start building a relationship with this person. And then you start dating, and then you become, boyfriend, girlfriend, and so on and so on. And then you get engaged and you get married and all of that. So think of an 8x8 as your dating phase with whoever you are putting into your database. So they are getting to know you actually over the course of 8 weeks, 8 different times. So once a week, you're sending them something so that they can see what type of person, professional you are. So usually what I take the 8x8s and I put these for the people that either have entered into a drawing, that we had online for a giveaway, or if we have Facebook leads or Zillow leads, any type of leads that are coming in that you don't necessarily know right away, somebody that you've met at a coffee shop, somebody that you've met at a networking event, and you're putting them into your database. This is one way to communicate with them so they can learn who you are, learn a little bit about your business. And the way that you do this is over the course of 8 weeks. So they first get to know you through an 8x8. And then that 8x8 turns into your 36 touch. And I'll share with you my 36 touch and how that looks over the course of a year. So we usually do it we plan it out for the whole year in October. So in October, we sit down, we talk about what type of marketing things do we want to do. Who do we want to send these out to? How, are we doing this as a public event or just to, our clients, our past clients in our sphere? And I'll show you how that looks. But an 8x8, so it's one thing that you are sending these people every week. So it could be in the form of an email, it could be in the form of a direct mailer, it could be a phone call, like a follow-up call, it could be sending them out a packet, like a home buying packet, a home selling packet, something that is an item of value to them, while also them getting to know you. So an email could be, a property that came onto the market in their area. And, so it goes over these things. So an 8x8, if you get the book, it'll show you, page 146, the different ways that you can market an 8x8. Now, this book was written back in, I don't know, early 90s or something. So you're looking at week 1, drop off a letter of introduction, your personal brochure, a market report, or your business card. A few of these work still in this time, a few don't. So you don't have to necessarily take exactly what this is. You can take it and tailor it to how you want your business. Like I do a lot of social media. So my week 1 could be a direct message on Instagram, or it could be, a friend request on Facebook with a Facebook Messenger, message. That could be my week 1. And it's dropping, just a note to say, hi, how are you? I wanted to make sure that we connect on here. Or it could be LinkedIn. If LinkedIn is your, platform of choice, whatever it is, make sure that you're tailoring each of these to, your liking. Now, when you set up this system, you want to also make sure that you are keeping in touch with these people and you're keeping up to date with this. Because if you don't and you lack the consistency, it's not going to work. Trust me, take it from somebody that has not been consistent at it and then became consistent at it and saw results. So consistency is definitely the game. So then once you're done with the 8x8, after the 8 weeks, you transition into what's called the 36 touch. So a 36 touch is ultimately you're touching, you are getting in front of these contacts 36 times in a year. And you can do this through, it gives an example, and I'll show you mine as well. A combination of 18 emails, mailings, letters, cards, drop-offs, and the letters could be a market report, a just sold, and things of that nature. Other 8 touches could be, thank yous or thinking of you cards, could be thank you for your business or thank you for your referral or thank you for just being a friend. Thinking of you, excuse me, thinking of you cards. So, things that are just like card related. These are just examples that they're giving in the, in the MREA. 3 touches could be telephone calls. So now I usually do 4 calls throughout the year and it's once a quarter. And I'll show you also how I go through and we do manage the 4 calls a quarter to make sure that we touch everybody that's in our database. 2 touches for birthday cards. Now it's saying husband and wife, but if that person is not married or does not have a husband or a wife, then it's just 1. So then you'll have to figure out where the other one goes. 1 touch for a Mother's Day card, 1 touch for a Father's Day card. You know, another one could be a home anniversary, whatever you want to choose. So as long as, so this is your system. Your system is your 33 touch, 36 touch, 54 touch. A lot of like bigger teams, the bigger they get, the more touches that they have throughout the year. The more touches you have, the more conversion you have of getting more referrals and getting these people to do more business with you and refer you more business. So ours is, I believe, like a 50 something touch, and I'll show you exactly exactly what it is. Let me just share my screen. All right, so 53 touch we're looking at. Now this is for this year, and it outlines each month. So each month the color changes just so it can aesthetically please me. Also, like I told you, how we have 1 quarterly call a month, and how do we know, you know, how do we know that we've touched everybody in our database? We're doing this through the DTD2 method. What is the DTD2 method? It is, and I'll show you, because I know I'm very, I need to see it in my face. So this is pretty much when we go into our database, we are tagging every lead based on the last name, the first initial of their last name. Now we go through our quarterly calls, could be, you know, and this week it could be A and W. So anybody's last name that starts with A and W, I'm calling them the first week. Anybody's that's last name starts with a P and L, I'm calling them the second week, you know, and so on. And that way you get through all 13 or 26 letters of the alphabet in 13 weeks. Some weeks you might have to double up, like some weeks are smaller than others, so you'll double up. And then that gets you into 1 quarter. So then you're systematically communicating with these people over time. Let me show you exactly what I mean, because I too need something visual. So this was Diana's 411 when she was on the team. This, I'm not able to pull up the DTD2. Let's see. Let's see if, all right, there we go. So database contact schedule. Okay, so it says week 1, I'm going to contact anybody that's last name starts with A and W. So then week 2, I'll contact anybody that's last name that starts with B and E. And it's really easy to do this when you've got it tagged in your database, because you can easily pull up these 2 letters and it'll bring up everybody that you need to contact. Week 3, I'm going to contact anybody with DNO, HNV, CNK. Now these are last names. So then it gets down to the bottom 2. These are usually, you know, really easy because not a lot of people have I and Q and Y and Z in their like first initial of their last name. So sometimes you can even double up and then you don't even need all 13 weeks. You can just double up and finish. So then you get through all the letters, you get through all the database calls that you need to do that quarter. So you're touching everybody systematically in your database once a quarter. And then the following quarter, it starts all over again. If you don't know what a quarter is, it's from January to March, end of March, and then April to end of July, August to what is it? August, September, October, end of October, and then, or, you know, whatever those months are, sorry, April to end of June. So anyways, so now going back here, this is 53 touches throughout the year. This is how we're going to communicate to our database in order for them to, notice us every time we send something out. They're going to remember us. And then when they finally know that somebody needs to buy or sell a property, they're going to let us know. So the typical formula is if you have 1,000 people in your database, 10% of those people should convert as long as you're systematically communicating to them. 10% should give you business. So 10% of your business should come from your database. And if your database is at 1,000, 10% is 100. Now, that's the formula. Does it always happen? It doesn't. So that's why sometimes teams add more and more touches so that they can get closer to that conversion. A good conversion rate is 10. Can you get to, if you get to 5, how much is that? 5 a year from 1,000 is 50 deals. Wouldn't you want to close 50 deals a year? Now, as long as you're communicating systematically, you can get those deals. The more and more you communicate, the more times you stay in front of these people, the more you are able to convert these clients. So these are the amount of times that we are communicating to people in the first quarter. So there are 18 touches in the first quarter. And this is through a video. So, and I also, notate here how we're going to send out the video. So I use BombBomb. BombBomb, you can record yourself very easily, either on your computer or on your phone. And then you can send out a Happy New Year's video. Newsletters, you do those every month. You send them out electronically, or you can send them out by mail. Electronically is probably best, just so you know who's opened it. A lot of people don't open their mails as often. So I've also outlined how we're going to send it out by MailChimp. We send out reminders for homestead exemption. How does that get sent out? Through BombBomb. We do a reverse bold 100 for Super Bowl. It's a giveaway. So we are asking people to call in. And so what we do is we get their information and we say, by the way, do you happen to know anyone that needs to buy or sell in the next 30 to 60 days? So through this, you can get referrals, get people in your pipeline, and make sure that you're communicating with these people. And then you add these people. A lot of them are coming in from either like a Facebook ad or wherever you're choosing to market this. And you're adding more people to your database. So therefore you're feeding your database, and then you're going to communicate to it systematically, and then you'll get clients from that. So does that make sense? I hope it does. So the reverse bold is multiple steps. So we're going to email them about it. We're going to text them about it. We're going to call them about it. We're going to Facebook ad it. We're going to put it on social media. Why am I calling people about a giveaway? Well, that's another touch. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. Now, a lot of people say, well, I don't know what to say when I do a quarterly call. Your quarterly call could be to invite them to enter the giveaway. It doesn't have to be, hey, how are you? An awkward conversation. It could be, hey, I just wanted to let you know we're having a giveaway. I would love for you to enter. This is what we're giving away. This is when it starts. I'm going to send you the information to, go ahead and enter in to the giveaway if you'd love to receive. This year we were giving out, this year was the Yeti. I was going to say the green egg, but it was the Yeti cooler. And so we would love for you to receive it, if you're a winner. And if you happen to know anybody else that wants to enter into the giveaway, please give them this information. Anybody else that wants to enter in. So then you've got like 2, 3, 4, 5 friends that are entering into the giveaway, and you're capturing that information and you're putting it into your database. So then you've got more people going into your database. Oh, and by the way, do you happen to know anyone that's looking to buy or sell any real estate in the next 30 to 90 days? So you've got a system that you're creating, a reason to call, and then through that reason to call, you're getting people added to your database and you're asking for referrals. Quarterly call, this could just be right here. This could be your quarterly call. Then next month newsletter. we're doing a Super Bowl giveaway. There's an email reminder, there's a text reminder, there's a social media reminder, and then the winner is announced. We announce it on Facebook, we announce it on Instagram. It's all through, you know, videos. We send out a video and we let people know. Valentine's Day, we do a gift to our top clients. So our clients get another touch, our top clients. Not everybody has to get all of the touches. It could, some just could be to your top 25, your top 100, whatever it is. And then some could just be to everybody. Get another newsletter. We've got an event. So we did a Pi Day event. What is Pi Day 3.14? So it was on March 14th. It also outlines how many times we're sending this out and when. So we're actually not doing 18. We're doing much more than 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doing an event is less about the event and more about the touches. The reason why a lot of realtors do events is really not for the events. It's more for how many times am I going to tell these people and get in front of these people and remind these people that there's an event. All the different times that I do is all different times that I can communicate and I can get in front of these people. And who knows when, you know, if they have somebody that they know at that time or in the future, if I can get in front of these people multiple times throughout the year, then, you know, it just gets more business. So that's why realtors do events. And then after the event, you send either a thank you for coming or you send a sorry we missed you. So another touch. All these touches systematically will get you more business. So all the different ways that we're going to send these reminders: BombBomb video, MailChimp, text, social media. Now, when you're first starting out in the business, it's not going to be this robust. I'm going to tell you right now, it's really not. But if you focus on it and you build it out and you just do 1 or 2 things a month, I guarantee you that you will get results. Just do 1 or 2 things a month. Keep it simple, and you know you'll definitely get to wherever you need to. Then we have a St. Patrick's Day video. It's a simple video. Will everybody see it? Maybe, maybe not, but we're still sending it out. And then your follow-up call, your next quarter could be, hey, did you see the St. Patrick's Day video that we sent out? That could be the reason why you call. It doesn't always have to be about real estate. It could just be a touch, you know, touching base with you. Hey, how's it going? Egg your lawn. So we didn't do this, but we made it tentative in case we wanted to. We just didn't have time. This year was crazy with the first half of the year for sure. We have a hurricane prep email. So if you kind of just do it to your own. I know, we've got Mandy here and she's in California. So it could be, whatever type of like natural disaster prep in whatever month. We do it here in South Florida because we've got hurricane prep that needs to happen. Then we did a green egg giveaway. So there was an announcement. There was a reminder. Look at all these different reminders. Reminder ×3, social media ×3, and then the winner was announced. The green egg is like, if you don't know, because I didn't know at the time, it is like a little, not little, but it's like a barbecue type of thing. I don't know. Then we were going to do a movie night. We scratched this idea. We did not do a movie night. But we have a newsletter. Now you see when we scratched this idea, look at all these touches that we missed that we could have done. So this was not done. This was also not done. Back to school backpack drive. But these ideas, we'll keep them and use them for next year. You guys can also feel free to replicate any of these ideas. And if you need any systems for anything, please feel free to give me a call or text me. I'm happy to do that for you guys. I ordered football calendars. We still haven't gotten them in, but we will, and we'll send those out. And those are great touches. Everybody loves their football calendars because, it shows all of so it shows the schedule for all of the teams here, like pro football. So we've got Dolphins and then our college teams as well throughout the state. Then another newsletter, a quarterly call. Some months there's nothing going on. It doesn't have to be packed. It really doesn't. As you get bigger, as you get more business, as you get more people in your database and you want to keep up with these people, you create a bigger system. As you get more leverage in your business, then you'll create a bigger system because you won't have to do all of this. You'll have a virtual assistant or an admin that takes care of the newsletters, that takes care of the event invites, that takes care of football calendars, takes care of coordinating events and giveaways. So you no longer have to be that person that is in the nitty gritty. Let your admin or your virtual assistant do all the hard lifting and the back end support, and you are on the front end getting more business and funneling it into your pipeline. You're doing all the heavy lifting too by calling people. That takes energy. So all of those things, figure out where your 20% has to be, and it's usually on getting more business as a realtor, letting the admin do the back end support. So this one is going to be a pumpkin patch photo shoot. So it's another event. We wanted to do at least 2 to 3 events a year. And the reason why is really for the touches. Each event, like I said, you get a lot of touches with these events. So if you do 2 to 3 events a year, you'll get a lot of touches. Now in the beginning, I only did one event, and my one event every year was Pie Night during Thanksgiving. So every Thanksgiving, I got with a lender or title company or whoever wanted to sponsor, and we came together and we got pies for people in my database. My first year, I gave it to friends. I gave it to people that did business with me, and people that knew me. And so it doesn't have to be like a crazy event. It could just be, hey, I'm dropping off some pie to you, or do you want to come to my office and pick up some pie? So there's that. Thanksgiving cards, holiday cards. You can also do holiday magnets, or I'm sorry, New Year magnets. This is Harry Davidson's Deer Feed for clients with kids. I think somebody must have copied this and accidentally replaced it. But this is supposed to be a New Year calendar. Oh no, I know what that is. The deer feed is something my friend did, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do that. Deer feed for kids. And then we're gonna do the New Year calendar. So now that you have a visual, you can kind of see what I was talking about. Like, so this is a 53 touch campaign. What is yours? So sit down in front of a whiteboard, a piece of paper, or something, outline your year for next year. You can start it this year if you'd like. If you want to set up an event for November, you can start right now. My first event that I did, I started it in like October. I started planning in October. Now, was it the best? No, because I started planning in October and people didn't have enough time to RSVP. But all I'm saying is don't think too much about it and just do it. Don't give too much into details, just do it. Once you start doing it, it doesn't have to be perfect the first time. It won't be perfect the second time. The third time you'll start to get the hang of it, and you'll perfect it as you go, as the years go on. So now you can put on, after a few years, you can put on an event very, very easily. You just need to know when to send out all these events, event invites and event reminders. So if you're thinking about doing an event, you want to kind of collaborate on that and see how you can best do it. You've got the holidays coming up. It'll be a great time for you to do that and to invite your sphere. But think about what you want to do for next year. So sit down and just write all the months out and say, where can I focus my energy on? How many things can I communicate to my database? Most popular is through a newsletter, a phone call, and at least one mailer every quarter. So, or 2 mailers every quarter. So, what is that getting you? That's getting you at least 12 and 4, 16, 20. So that's 20 touches right there, just with newsletter every month, a phone call every quarter, and a mailer every quarter. That's 20 touches. So you just got to figure out 16 more, which is not hard. It's doing one thing every quarter. If you can figure out 2 more things that you can do consistently every quarter, you've got a 36 touch. So that is how you communicate with your database. I hope this shed a little light on how you can, get your sphere to get more engaged with you and, figure out how to get more conversations going when you're calling your people every quarter, what to call them about, what to say. It doesn't always have to be about business. It doesn't always have to be about, hey, do you know anyone that needs to buy or sell a home? It could be inviting them to an event. It could be, letting them know about hurricane prep. It could be, just letting them know about a giveaway that you're doing if you want to do any giveaways. So that was always my reason for calling people is, hey, by the way, I'm going to be doing an event. You want to come by? It was the easiest call because there was no pressure. It was just like, hey, I'm doing an event. I just wanted to invite you. You're coming from contribution instead of thinking about something to kind of like go around and then bring up the conversation of having, needing to buy or sell real estate, inviting them to an event, and then just saying, hey, by the way, do you know anyone that needs to buy or sell real estate? And sometimes you don't even need to. They'll just ask you about real estate and they'll say, hey, by the way, I've seen you on social media. I've seen you do your thing. How's real estate going? Great. It's going amazing. The market is hot, or whatever you want to say. Do you happen, how's everything going for you? Are you thinking about buying? Or are you thinking about selling? Get into conversations. People want to have those conversations with you. You're just telling yourself that you don't want to bother them. So I guarantee that once you have those conversations, it'll get easier and easier every time. And yeah, so that's it for database. I will figure out another topic to discuss for next week and I'll let you guys know. But until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.